Hey folks, welcome back to another review with yours truly, Sam Healey. Today I'd like to take care of this little game right here called Where Art Thou, Romeo? It's by Crash Games, and it's a little micro game, usually not my cup of tea. I just, I don't really, almost like it's a waste of time. But I don't know, we'll see. It's a little social deduction game where one player takes on the role of Juliet, and she's trying to find where her Romeo is amongst the other players, and the other players are lobbying her to get her to choose a certain person to be Romeo, and she has to delineate who is Romeo, who is not Romeo. Is Romeo even present? Let's take a look at it. So Where Art Thou, Romeo is a mini game. I wouldn't really call it a micro game because it does actually come with some pretty neat components, and there is some substance to these things, and there are a good number of pieces. Maybe you can call it a micro game, maybe not. But anyway, in a game of Where Art Thou, Romeo, you're going to have anywhere from 3 to 5 players. And in a 3-player game, there's going to be 3 rounds. Each person gets the chance to be Juliet and choose to whether or not Romeo is there or what have you. And so the first person will be Juliet, and the next round, the person to their clockwise order will be Juliet, and so forth and so on. In a 4-player game, 4 rounds. In a 5-player game, 5 rounds. So basically, one player will be Juliet, and the other players will be dealt these other character tokens, and they have 2 tokens on them. For example, either you can be Benvolio, in which case, if Romeo is not chosen, you score 1 point during the round. Or you can be Mercutio, I don't even know if I pronounced that right, and that is if Romeo is chosen, you get 2 points, but Romeo and Juliet, who would normally score 2 points if she chooses Romeo correctly, they only get 1 point in that case, and he gets 2. Or you can be Tybalt, and if Romeo is chosen, he gets 1 point during the round. Or you can be the nurse, and if Romeo is chosen, you get 2 points during the round. Or you can be Prince, what is that? Good night, Aeschylus. Prince Aeschylus, and if Romeo is chosen, you get 1 point during the round. Or you could be Friar Lawrence, and if Romeo is chosen, you get 2 points. Finally, you can be Count Paris, and if Count Paris is chosen as thinking that he's Romeo, he gets 1 point. And then if he is Romeo, if you are Romeo, if you're chosen, you get 2 points, but if Mercutio is present, you only get 1 point, as we said before. All right, so those are the different characters that you can be. These are shuffled up and randomly dealt out to whoever they want, and then these people will be able to choose which side they want. Now, it's important that when they choose, they put the person that they're going to be closest to them. So if I wanted to be Friar Lawrence, I would simply flip it over this way so that Friar Lawrence is down here and facing me, or the closest to me. All right, so each person would have the ability to choose and place down at any time. When Juliet is ready, a 30-second timer is started, and then the lobby phase starts, where these 4 characters can try to convince Juliet of what she needs to do, who she needs to pick, or what, so forth and so on. At the end of that 30 minutes, during which these cards can be put down face down at any time during that 30 seconds, and those 30 seconds, once the card is placed down, or once the token is placed down, it must stay in that orientation. Then she has the ability to either pick who she thinks is Romeo, or choose that there is no Romeo out there. Okay? So, if she chooses correctly the right person, let's say she picks this person. And so everybody flips over horizontally, not vertically. And if she chose this person to be Romeo, she of course was wrong. She would not get any points. Now, if she would have said that Romeo is not present, which Romeo is neither of these guys, neither of any of these guys, she would have gotten 1 point. Okay? If she would have, for example, if she would have done this and she would have chosen this person as being Romeo, she would have gotten 2 points because Mercutio is not over here. Now, if Mercutio had been there, she would have only scored 1 point, and so forth and so on. And points are divvied up by giving out these little blue cubes, depending upon who the characters were and what points they get if those situations have been accomplished. And then, after the points are divvied up, for example, we'll go ahead and do that real quick. She chose this person to be Romeo, so she doesn't get any points. Now, Count Paris was not chosen, so he doesn't get his point. Romeo was not chosen, so Friar Lawrence doesn't get his points. Romeo was not chosen, so she doesn't get her 2 points. If Romeo is not chosen, Benvolio, he actually does get a point, so that person will get a point over there. And then this person would become Juliet, and these would be shuffled in and redealt. And you go through that. Whoever has the most points at the end of the game wins. Again, like I said, if there's 3 players, you do 3 rounds. If there's 4 players, you do 4 rounds. And if there's 5 players, you do 5 rounds. And that is very simply, Where Art Thou, Romeo? So that is Where Art Thou, Romeo? It actually comes, I know the box looks like this, but inside the box was this little love letter-esque little pouch that you can actually fit the game in. So this is a good thing for traveling or that kind of thing. Again, like I said earlier, not really my cup of tea more often than not. However, I have used this with my youth group just tonight, and actually seemed like they had a little bit of fun with it. Not a whole lot of fun. It's almost like a gateway social deduction game. For example, if you wanted to get somebody maybe into a game like maybe Spyfall, then this would probably be a good first step for them. Just to see, hey, do you like this kind of game where there's limited information and you have to kind of trust what people are telling you and listen for cues and that type of thing. So it might be a really good little filler kind of gateway into social deduction, asking questions and trying to deduce information from all of that. Definitely it's a 5 to 15 minute game. It doesn't go very long at all. Very quick. So there is that. It's over and done with pretty quick. So it fits that filler category very well. And like I said, probably a good little step or a gateway game to other a little bit bigger games like Spyfall, or even if you want to go a little bit further than that, some of the other social deduction games out there like Spectre Ops or Fury of Dracula. We keep going up and up and up. But that's what it is. Neither here nor there. I'll go ahead and give it 1 thumb up for it being a pleasant game. Not one that I'm probably going to ask for a lot, but I do think that a good number of people will enjoy this game just for the sheer lighthearted fun nature of it. So that is Wherefore Art Thou, Romeo. Actually, it says Where Art Thou, Romeo. And from Crash Games, go check it out. As always, try before you buy. See you on the flip side, folks.